We watched the movie like The Hunt together, and it's like it's about like a divorced kindergarten teacher, Lucas, who finally have the chance to reunite with his son after a long struggle of his son's like custody with his ex-wife. But just before his son about to come to his place, he was accused for sexual harassment, like of like his one of his best friend's daughter in the kindergarten. But this is actually a crime he did not commit. And after that, his friend and girlfriend started to question his innocence. And after the rumor broke out, and the whole town in Denmark started a witch hunt.
Hmm. And Thomas Vinterberg, he's the one who directed this film. And a little background of him, he is born in Frederiksberg in Denmark, and he graduated from the National Film School of Denmark in 1993. And he filmed a lot of different genres of movies, ranging from drama, comedy, thriller, um, dark comedy, and some of his like really famous films aside from The Hunt is Festen, which is the celebration, Submarino, um, for the Madding crowd, and Druck, which is another round. And for that film, for another round, he was nominated for the Academy Award of Best Director and won the Academy Award for Best International Feature Film with that film.
The Lucas in the film is played by Mads Mikkelsen, who was the doctor in Royal Affairs, so our favorite actor. He's a really famous Danish actor, and he's actually been in like American movies and TV shows as well. He played Hannibal Lecter in the series Hannibal on NBC. For this film, he won Best Actor at the Cannes Film Festival. He was born in Copenhagen, and he trained as a gymnast and a dancer before he graduated from the Aarhus Theatre School and started his acting career. Some other notable achievements is that he's been voted the sexiest man in Denmark like many times over by like all the magazines. And then he played the accountant in the Bitch Better Have My Money music video by Rihanna. So the other actors in the film are mostly Danish actors who only appear in Danish films. So now we're going to talk a little bit about like just what we thought about the film. Does anyone want to go first?
I thought that the movie it was sad, but it was like a well crafted film that plays with like the audience's emotions, and like at like the lowest point of like Lucas, the main character, in his life, when after he experienced like the accusation and like people, like all the people in his town kind of going against him at his lowest point, I almost cried. And I feel like all of that is surrounded on the theme of trust, how everyone didn't trust him after the girl made the testimony that he sexually like assaulted her. And I think that idea of trust is just like really important, and it's like once you break that trust, it's like everything kind of falls apart. And I feel like this movie really like shows that. And so I thought it's a really powerful movie, and I would recommend it for people to watch it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a very like well constructed movie. It was really sad at some points.
Yeah.
And I think the way the filmmaking was done, it made it so that the stakes were really high, always. And the way that the children were shot, and the way that like the kind of landscape is put together, like the world building, like the way they established the town was really well done, and it like really makes you feel like you understand how like high stakes it was for Lucas. Like you do care about him. And there was like a lot of really good like dramatic tension. Like something that the whole town doesn't know, which is that it's a false accusation. So you're like you feel very separated from them in the way that Lucas does. I do think though like it's a little not dangerous, but I didn't love the idea that it's a movie about like, oh, well, some women actually do lie about sexual assault, or like, oh, a child could be lying, and it's like, oh, you should feel really bad for people who commit sexual assault. Like even though like Lucas in this film like didn't actually do it, it does kind of force the audience. It's almost like the director is asking like, hey, think about the abusers too, which was just like a little, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like this movie like basically tells about like a representation of like misuse of power in like real world societies. And it's like I'm like kind of glad in the beginnings like when a girl spoke like against this teacher, because I feel like it's like that's like when women like when they like have like sexual assault, that they should spoke out for themselves. And but that like the girl is actually like, it's like I feel like she's not really lying, but it's like all her like what happened to her all mixed up, and she just used her imagination to make a new story. But like the whole town like really trust the girl and listen to her, and like the overprotection of the kid finally lead to like more extreme actions of the like everybody in the town against the Lucas, the main characters. And what I don't like in the movie is like uh, it's like when like there's like a child like psychologist, when he asks like the girl questions about uh whether like what the exactly happened to her, like he's basically describing like things, and but we don't know if that happened. He only like led the girl to say yes or no. I feel like that's like a more like leading towards the answer he want. And even though the girl is like don't know like really what happened, like she made up her imagination, but those like vivid like description by the psychologist could lead to her like her conclusion that what Lucas did to her.
So that is what we thought about the movie.
Yeah.